So today we have something very exciting. We have some of our learners to come talk about the program for Nokia and Forge. Good morning, my name is Disebo Mukwena. I am currently the academics lead at Forge Academy. Programs like this are very important for youth development because we are now bridging the gap between employment and education. That's where skills come in. So in a country where unemployment is a major problem, these programs are very important. Also, we now live in a world that is increasingly becoming digital and very technological driven. So programs like this come in there and bridging the gap. We are also preparing the learners to compete not only locally but nationally. So programs like this make the learners globally relevant. So since January, I've seen a huge growth and a huge difference. So some of these learners, when they got here, they lacked confidence in their technical abilities and technical capabilities. Of course, because not everyone was exposed to the tech industry before they came in. But right now, when you see them engage in concepts like cloud computing and you see them understanding the AWS services, it's very inspiring. And for me, it's a big growth that I saw in the learners. And also what I've realized, some of them, besides the technical skills, they've developed critical thinking. They can now communicate better and they're more professional. So for very huge shift that I've seen in the learners. So what excites me the most about this group of learners is seeing how they have taken a technical field like AWS with such determination. Because remember, some of these learners don't have any experience of tech prior to them coming here. But the way they are so curious, the way they want to learn, for me, it's very exciting. Because like I said, AWS is not an easy entry point, but they come here and they move, man. So I love that about it. Transformative.
Hi everyone, I'm Badile Mbambo and I'm a Nokia learner doing my AWS Cloud Practitioner and Business Analysis at Forge. I chose to join this program because I'm someone who wants to grow in the IT field, and since cloud computing is a growing field, maybe this can help me grow and improve my technical skills. So maybe someday I can secure a job in the IT field. So I was actively looking for IT opportunities, and I was in a 6-month Salesforce program. And I was also doing the self-paced IT technical support study.
Honestly, the biggest challenge has been my mind, because at first I was not an individual who faced challenges. I'd always shy away from them. But then with the cloud, I had to do challenging things, specifically because I had no prior knowledge to this. So it's a new thing to me, right? So that was something that I had to tell myself that I need to do, in terms of just change how my mind works and how I see things. So I see myself as someone now who is challenge-based rather than shying away. What surprised me about the cloud is how adaptable it is. I really had no prior knowledge about what the cloud is, what AWS even is, if I'm being honest. But then when I learned more about it, thanks to the help of my educator, I realized that the cloud is actually adaptable in relation to business and to these other aspects as well.
Hello guys, my name is Philemon Zwane. I'm a facilitator at Forge. I facilitate 2026 Nokia Cohort. Well, a moment of breakthrough during the course of facilitating this cohort, it actually happens all the time. It's not just with this cohort. It happens with every cohort. You know, when you witness your student transitioning from a point blank of not understanding AWS concept into now becoming an intermediate level of understanding the concept. Now they also even challenge you as a facilitator. They're asking you such complex questions that leads you and push you as a facilitator to do more research, to upskill and upgrade yourself so that you can always have answers to provide to these students based on their curiosity. Because I always tell them that you need to be curious. In order to learn more, you need to be curious. But if you are not curious enough, you will not learn more. Staying updated with AWS content, it's more like continuous learning. I don't have to mention the fact that an IT field or IT or digital field, it's a place whereby there's always new integration of services and new invention of applications. So it remains a continuous learning. I have subscribed to quite a number of websites that provide AWS content, including new services. My favorite is I like using AWS Skills Builder as well as AWS Digital Cloud. Those are my favorite website that has got the best AWS content. I feel like the way they've outlined the content, it's quite insightful and summarized in a very understandable manner. And the way I incorporate this knowledge that I accumulate from this, I also learn from my students. Every day it's a learning curve, because before you can deliver a content, you first need to do your research. And that is a way of learning. That's a learning curve. So I also learn through that. And also they come with their own questions or own different services that they found out, because like I mentioned, there are multiple number of service, multiple number of invention each and every day. There are services that I find myself that I might have not known of before. Students come with such questions like that. Ask you questions about services that you never came across before. And now it happens to be an open discussion, because now I have to do a research along with my students and find out what that service is all about. So it's a continuous learning.
I've really enjoyed learning about core AWS services like the EC2 and the S3, and especially understanding how they work together in the world solutions, all thanks to our facilitator, Mr. Philemon. I would describe my experience at Forge as transformational.
I would actually definitely tell someone to join working at Forge, because when you join this program, you'll not only understand about the tech environment, but you will uphold all the knowledge from working here. You'll actually gain a lot of knowledge when it comes to cloud practitioner and also other tech evolutions that's coming, like working with AI. From there, when I started this program, I did not know anything about cloud computing, just the basics of cloud computing is working with the cloud, storing and securing data. But after learning during this program, I actually gained a lot of skills, momentum, and more knowledge that I want to progress in my future and become more tech savvy and understanding everything that Forge has to offer us.
I would like to thank Nokia for giving us this group of future-ready learners. #Building Tomorrow.
I would like to thank Nokia and Forge for this wonderful opportunity. #Building Tomorrow.
I would like to thank Nokia and Forge for this wonderful opportunity. #Building Tomorrow.
I'd also like to thank Nokia once again for providing this wonderful opportunity for the 2026 cohort. I guarantee you guys 100% pass once again. #Building Tomorrow.